Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to PENGU update today. Now before we actually talk about PENGU, I would actually be very happy to tell you that I've actually been a partner with Mark, which is a stock market update community. So if you want to learn about stock market and whatnot, you can do that. Now one of my main job here is to actually bring in some content regarding the news in the stock market. So this is one of those videos. So if you like cryptocurrency, if you like Atom coins for cryptocurrency, you're gonna like Mark for stock news tips, trading tips. You can even ask them questions and they're gonna guide you as well. So link is in the description if you want to join them. And there is a video that I recorded yesterday, of course, which is a Europe and US agreed trade deal with 15% of tariffs in America. So you can hear this part. 15% tariff on European exports to America. The first video that we made was with Japan. So Japan and America had an amazing agreement and they had a 15% tariff. And the reason why I said that it eases the market fears is because there was a threat of 30 to 20%, maybe between 25 to 30% tariff. So that could have actually brought in a lot of fear in the market. And when you Okay, so with that being said, and I'm going to tell you why I made you listen to this part and how this is linked to PENGU. Everything is linked, all right? So this is not a fluke why I'm showing you this. So do give them a follow and, just go on. You're going to enjoy it. Trust me. It's just starting out, but it's going to take off very, very soon. And links are in the comment as well, in the description. You can find the link to join the Telegram group. They're going to be super helpful for you. But the thing is, one thing I said on Atom Trades on the private, which is going to close in the next 2 days, is that I'm looking at stock market and trying to match its move on how it can influence crypto. August may be good for now. Then in September, I expect a big correction. So if you want to know why I expected in September, there's a lot of information in this 11-minute video. Normally, I only do TA on my channel, but if you want to get my news, these are going to be specifically in here. So it's an 11-minute video, but it's filled with a lot of news for different purposes if you want to understand crypto much better. And now, getting back into PENGU, I think that this news, right, the news that I actually showed you in the beginning, which is actually, what is it called? Europe and US agreed trade deal with 15% tariff for European exports to America. Actually, this is a good news, right? So normally, if you are into chart pattern and whatnot, you're going to notice all of these things happening. But when you look at stock market, right, in stock market, you have something known as SPX. So if you know Bitcoin, right, and this is maybe some of you people are going to find this as a new information, but normally the pro traders, even those who are in the cryptocurrency space, they know this, that SPX, right? SPX is one of the biggest companies that holds 500 biggest companies in the world, including Facebook, Amazon, Google, and whatnot, and 500 other different companies. So when SPX corrects, right now, if I show you SPX, we're coming from a very high view, from a very, very, very high view right now. So this is SPX, and SPX is sitting at the highest all-time high right now, 6389, right? And if SPX moves 1% down, right? So I want you to listen to this carefully. It moves 1% down, Bitcoin could probably move at least three times. We're talking about 3%, maybe 5%, 3 to 5%, right? And then if Bitcoin moves 3 to 5%, how much do you think altcoins are going to move? Maybe 10 to 15%, right? So 1% of SPX moving down is going to be huge. Now let me tell you, if you don't believe me, right? So let's actually show you one thing very quickly here. Let's get into the 5 minutes time frame so that you can get the concept much better here. So let's do one thing where I will zoom in into the data and show you. So yesterday, do you see this little bit of a drop that happened? So the drop that happened here for SPX was 0.37%, only 0.37%. And if you look at Bitcoin, before we get into PENGU, just notice how I'm going to get into PENGU to make you understand this concept. So That was SPX dropping 0.37%, and this was Bitcoin that dropped 2.06%. So Bitcoin is almost like an altcoin in front of SPX. Do you get the point here? And then when this happened, what happened to PENGU? Well, so we're actually going to search, and I'm going to go on to PENGU one more time. I actually didn't add this into the list. I'm stupid sometime. Okay, so let's get into PENGU, and you can see, so how much did PENGU actually drop? This was nearly 13%. Did you see that? So that's why I'm telling you, if you want to understand the whole market in general, you may underestimate what is going on in here. Don't look at the number of subscribers right now. It is not about the number. It's not about the quantity. The quality of these videos are going to be super amazing. So I've actually teach you in this one video something that a lot of YouTubers out there are not going to be telling you ever, right? So if you want to get more value, do even join the Telegram to stay up to date for those who are actually interested in stock. And as far as PENGU goes, as I've told you so many times, that this, to me personally, it does look like PENGU is facing this resistance, and it actually went down previously, and that's exactly where you came to that resistance again, and you could actually start to move to the downside. And September can be bad. I don't think in August we're gonna drop, we're gonna have a massive drop just yet, but keep in mind that in September we could start to see a huge correction. There's one last thing that I want to show you about PENGU, and I'm going to zoom in here for this purpose. We're going to take the trend line and drop in the trend line just like this, right? So the next move for PENGU is going to be until Sunday, 3rd of August, because right now what you're doing is you went up here, you came down, you went up here, you came down. You might actually bounce off here one more time, try to go back up to 45984. Try to kind of like break this resistance. Now what you're gonna do are two things, okay? So the scenario number one is that you actually break and you go from a top to bottom here, and you actually continue to 67737. So that is going to be another price continuation of 50%. Or you can do the opposite, where you break down, and if you go down, that's going to be a 36% correction to the downside. So what is it going to happen? The time is until Sunday, 3rd of August. And speaking of Sunday, that is the last day of the week, right? So as Sunday approaches, today is like Tuesday, so as soon as Sunday approaches or Saturday approaches, we will be learning what the weekly time frame is going to be doing, because that is going to tell us the future of this coin and what exactly we can expect it to really do. And that's it for the video. I'm going to see you the next one. Love.